Hi, welcome. I'm Elisabeth Dawson, and you're listening to our show, Ways to Love Your Money. But what we want to see, what's going on, is all the newness that's happening within our organization here. And we now have something called Copia Productions, and Copia Productions is our own recording studio here in our offices. We're just expanding. We're kind of doubling our space, and we'll have our own studio there. So we're excited to kind of show you around as time goes on. So stay tuned for future updates. But these things should be coming to you quick and fast. And we're really looking forward to what's going to happen here in the near future. We even want to open up the studio to other people that want to actually possibly use it for their own production. So as time goes on, you'll see the uniqueness of it. But today, we just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about what's going on, how it's different, and we're going to talk to you about a couple different little statements that we want to bring up just about, the inspiration of what this book has been all about. Wealth by Design has been such an incredible tool for so many people, and sometimes when I just go through and reread some of the chapters or some of the statements, it's so powerful to me, and I know that each person that's taken the time to read it themselves, it's had an amazing impact on them. So simple solutions to create wealth, but to really enjoy ways to love your money, and we'll be back, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Elisabeth Dawson, and you're listening to our show, Ways to Love Your Money. Are you ready to upgrade your relationship with money? I've created a free cheat sheet to help you discover the 7 hidden costs that are sabotaging your financial success and what to do about it. Just give us a call at 619-640-2622, and we will get you your complimentary copy of this cheat sheet. Again, that's 619-640-2622. So thanks for staying tuned. And some of the things I want to talk to you about are really about how do you invest in your business, or how do you invest in yourself. And one of the motivations about basically expanding our practice here, and for some of you, you might know this, and some of you might not, but we own our own commercial condo suite. So most people don't even know what that means. People think of a condo as a place to live. Well, we kind of live here part of our, our day and our life, but it needs to be an extension of home. So here, some of the questions that people ask us is, what's the difference between owning commercial real estate and owning residential real estate? Well, they're two different animals, two different financing structures, but when you look at it from a standpoint of trying to build wealth with real estate, it's one of those components that you're not dealing with someone that's, what we've heard of heads in beds, and heads in beds means that you never want to go to someone that's renting a property from you and ever have to evict them, and then they're homeless. So it's a little different emotion when it comes to commercial real estate. Commercial real estate is something that each and every day your mortgage is pretty much built in, right? You have the ability to finance it over 25 years or even 10 or 15 years if you wanted to. But the main thing in business is that making sure that payment is pretty much exact and not going up each and every month or each and every year. Like if you were renting or leasing commercial real estate, it's very different. So what commercial real estate, if you're renting or leasing, it's going to go up each and every year. And it's baked into your contract that you sign. It might be 5 cents more per square footage, or it might be $1 more per square footage. And that sometimes gets to a place where your costs far exceed for your overhead more than you're comfortable with. So one of the things that I like about commercial real estate is that you can really design what that structure is going to be. If you need to run your business, you want to make sure it's not going up in cost. You want to mitigate your costs. You want to keep them as low and compact as possible. So it's one of the pieces that's worked for me. So in future episodes, you'll see the progress of our second commercial condo suite, and it's right next door to us. So we'll be on that expansion, and I believe it's actually a great thing because not only am I investing in myself, I'm investing in my business, I'm investing in my staff, I'm investing now in Copia Productions, which has become a big point of our future, because if you're not innovating in business and you're not really reaching out to people and you're not growing, you're dying. And we just don't want to die, especially in the financial services industry. We've got a great message to talk to people about, and we want to hear your stories, your questions, things that you want to know, and how to be able to receive that information a little bit more precise and simple for you, because today, the world of money, we're working for it every single day. We're working extremely hard for it. But once we actually have a respect for it, then we can actually grow it and grow it into greater things. But again, every business is working with innovation to be able to grow and succeed what their current plans are. That's what we're trying to do here. That's what we have been so motivated about doing here. And then one day in the future, maybe that commercial real estate will still be for this expanded business when I'm long gone, or maybe it's something where we can still rent and keep it within the family. So with all that, that's one piece that I talk about, sometimes residential versus commercial. It's not that I'm not against residential. I love residential, and I have residential properties too, but it's got to be simple for you. It has to make sense. And if you ever wanted to rent out your commercial real estate, then you have a designed pay raise that's going to happen inside that type of real estate each and every year, each and every month as time goes on, and it'll keep up with market. So this is a bigger conversation than these few minutes have for you to listen to, but it's something to kind of pique your interest. If you want a pay raise each and every year, commercial real estate might be, your focal point that you want to look at. And you don't have to buy a whole big building. You can buy a small condo suite like I did, and then build on top of that with the second one. So if you have questions about this, email them to me at questions with an S at Elisabeth with an S Dawson.com. Welcome back to Ways to Love Your Money. I'm Elisabeth Dawson, and I wanted to introduce our executive producer of the show, and this is Mr. Dylan Welch. And welcome so much to taking care of us and looking at what we're doing for the future. So
yeah, I'm
welcome.
excited. It's a long time coming. A lot has gone into it, but
Sure.
it's officially coming together. This is our first production as
Yes.
Copia Productions, so it's really exciting.
Yeah, so Copia Productions is our new baby, and Dylan's going to help us launch it into many different directions that we couldn't have imagined without his help. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what our vision is that we've talked about. Maybe you want to elaborate a little bit more.
Sure.
Okay.
So what we've discussed is, what we've discussed is really being in front of everyone everywhere is kind of the basic way to put it. And that means social media, television, podcast, audio, video, really everywhere that anyone's consuming media is where we want to be. So we put together this awesome plan where we're creating short content, long form content, podcast, video, shows, all over online so that anyone who wants to learn from you or anyone who needs financial advice or anyone who's interested in working with you in the financial side or on the media side, they can learn some and then they can reach out to us and do even more.
Well, how do they reach out to us other than through me? Can they reach out to you too?
Yeah, so my background is television, media, video production. So I also work in the media space with businesses, entrepreneurs, individuals who want to build their brand. And really, that's why I'm excited to come on board as well, is not just to help you, but also help Copia Productions create more and more content for other businesses out there, both in San Diego and nationwide, so that we can help them build their businesses as well.
I think that's what's so exciting about the future is that we are doing so many things at the forefront. And we've been looking at a lot of different leaders about how they're actually creating content and how many people that they're reaching. And for us, our mission statement with Copia Wealth Management and Insurance Services and Copia Wealth Management Advisors is to reach as many people as we possibly can in the future. And, for the rest of my life, to be able to educate and convey, messages about how to create wealth, but in a way that it's easy to understand and it doesn't just go over your head. I think that's probably something in our industry that's been created, and most people don't even understand about how to put a dollar and where to put it and how to find it and how to recreate it. Our goal is to help people multiply their wealth. One thing that we do well is we help people make money, but if you follow the structure and you're disciplined about the structure, you will create wealth. But again, it's kind of like a diet. If it's a diet and you want all the bad stuff on the diet, the bad fat, when you're on the diet, but you stay away from it when you're not on the diet, it's something that you need to be conscious of, that there's good things to do, bad things to do, and we want to do them right. And we really want to be kind of the four mothers out there instead of four fathers, but the foremen out there trying to make sure that this is actually a success. So I couldn't be more grateful to have Dylan on, just a part of that journey. Because I think it's going to be fun. It's already fun so far, and my motto is I never want to do anything if it's not fun, right?
Same.
So there's something that we want to talk about a little bit too, and that's the San Diego Business Group. And it's really more about creating a show about business owners here in San Diego. And we want to have more business owners that are more of like a think tank. And so if you're a business owner listening to this show right now and you'd like to be a part of that, we'd love to have you on the show, and we'd love to talk about it and create more media for that. But again, innovation, if we're not creating, we're dying. So let's not die out there. Let's create and let's innovate and make really successful messages that people want to hear. So do you want to elaborate a little bit more on the San Diego Business Show?
Yeah, so one of my goals is to really put San Diego on the map as a media center. There's obviously New York, there's obviously LA, Hollywood. One of my goals is to really take what San Diego is doing in terms of the media space, the technology space, the financial space, all of these companies and all of these individuals that are doing amazing things, and not only educate the local people of San Diego, because most of them probably don't even really get to see what's going on behind the scenes. And not only that, but educate other people across the country and the world about all the amazing things that are happening here in San Diego. So really the goal for me with the business show, the San Diego Business Show, is to highlight, interview, talk to, get helpful information from all of these innovative business owners, entrepreneurs in all of these different industries. And it'll, do a few things. It'll give them a voice on the mainstream media. It'll give someone out there who wants to learn more about business, if they're interested in starting their own business, or if they have questions about an industry and they don't know where to start, they can watch the show. Really, it does a lot of things, and of course, it'll be fun, it'll be entertaining, and really just, kind of bring together the community in all of these different industries to one space where everyone involved can come and sit down and, eat some popcorn and enjoy the show.
I know. I think it's exciting just because I think we need to have a platform for that. I think that there's so many wonderful, successful business owners out there, and whether they're small business owners, which Southern California is known for that, or if they are medium-sized or even large, and just to kind of get their vision out there about what's important to running that business successfully, and maybe even having certain people want to come join their companies, or how do they want to grow and innovate. And you and I've talked about cable being kind of like a dying medium. So this is the next place. Most people today are streaming their TV shows. They're streaming their news. They're doing all these things that are so different than, let's say, even 2 to 3 years ago. And 2 to 3 years ago, my gosh, everyone was still watching TV. They're still watching cable. And there's a little bit there now, but it's people are fading away from it more and more and more. And they're becoming more independent with it.
Exactly, and that's what's great about the show is, its main platform will be Amazon, which is obviously a great opportunity to be partnered with them, but also we'll take that and we'll break it down to bite-sized chunks that, these business owners can use on their own personal social media, their websites. So not only is it going to be housed with, one of the biggest companies in the entire world, I think one of the biggest, it's also going to be spread out into all of these little networks so that individuals can share their story within their own personal networks, because most of the time they're so busy running their companies that they don't have a couple minutes to just say, hey, look at all these amazing things that I'm doing, because they deserve that recognition. And then if we can touch on all of these different little networks and bring them together, it's going to create a big network in San Diego.
Oh, I think so. And I think our goal too for the future is not just San Diego, but we want to do this nationally. I know so many different, financial professionals and entrepreneurs and business owners the like across the country, and we all need a voice, and we need a way to do it, but we need that easy button to do it. And I know, Dylan, you being a part of the team is creating this complication of this world into an easy button for us to be able to work with and for our team to roll out. So
exactly. Yeah, if we could have the New York Business Show, the LA Business Show, every city has, such a unique almost attitude to it that they could all have their own. So we'll start with San Diego. We'll show people what it's like to live and work here in the greatest city in America. And then hopefully we'll expand it out to the rest of the country.
Yes, I think it's great. I think our goals are, big visions, and I think that they'll be successful. And again, people will ask me, well, how do we do this expansion, with the building? How do we do this expansion with the business? How do we continue to grow and do these things? I can't do this all by myself. I have to surround myself with an amazing team that can actually make that happen. If I didn't have, my Jennifer for the last 8 years, I wouldn't have been able to, grow things the way I wanted to grow them because she takes so much off my plate. I wouldn't be able to do all of this media, the shows, the TV, everything else that we've been doing to try and, basically get a true voice out there when it comes to making best financial decisions. I wouldn't be able to do it without my incredible team. And I'm grateful. So it allows me to do what I do best, and that's work with people one-on-one. And it's my joy. It's my joy every day to be able to come in and do the work that I do. So I think Dylan as part of that team. You're not going to see all my other people on here anytime soon because they don't want to be in front of the TV screen, but I would love to get them out here, at least from a vocal standpoint. But yes, I couldn't be more grateful for the team that surrounds me to be able to do what I do most, and that's what I love. And again, being a truth-based, economics-based financial advisor out there. So thank you for helping me get that vision off the ground even more with all our media and all of our efforts, and I'm looking forward to a wonderful ride.
Of course. I'm excited. I can't wait.
Good, good. Stay tuned for more information to come. The information provided in this show is for informational and educational purposes only. This show is not investment advice, nor is it intended to address the financial needs of any particular viewer. The opinions expressed on this show are not intended to be an endorsement of any particular investment strategy or service of any other kind. You must make an independent decision regarding investments or strategies mentioned throughout the show. Before acting on information in this show, you should consider whether it is suitable for your particular situation and strongly consider seeking advice from a financial advisor.